They look harmless in the cereal aisle. Bright boxes, cartoon mascots, words like whole grain and made with real fruit splashed across the front. But pour a bowl of some of America's most popular cereals, and you're closer to eating dessert than breakfast. The Food and Drug Administration doesn't limit how much sugar a cereal can contain. That decision is left entirely to manufacturers, and many of them have chosen the same strategy. Pack in enough sugar to make a bowl taste like candy, then market it as part of a balanced breakfast. Take a cereal marketed heavily to kids, one with a cartoon character front and center. A single serving can carry more sugar per ounce than some name-brand chocolate bars. The catch is portion size. Manufacturers list servings far smaller than what people actually pour, so the sugar number on the label looks modest until you account for the second and third bowl most people actually eat. But that's only part of the story. Some cereals marketed as healthy alternatives are doing the same thing with better branding. Granola-style cereals loaded with clusters and dried fruit pieces often contain just as much added sugar as the cartoon character boxes, sometimes more, because sugar is what makes the clusters stick together in the first place. The "made with real fruit" claim on the box usually refers to a small percentage of fruit juice concentrate, not actual fruit. And this is where things get interesting. Cereal companies have gotten skilled at using sugar under different names to avoid a single ingredient dominating the label. Cane sugar, corn syrup, dextrose, and fruit juice concentrate can all appear separately in the ingredient list. Individually, none of them looks alarming near the top. Added together, they often outweigh every other ingredient in the box, including the grain itself. There's another detail most shoppers miss: fiber content. A cereal can technically qualify as whole grain while still containing under 2 grams of fiber per serving, barely enough to matter nutritionally. Meanwhile, the sugar content sits at 4, 5, sometimes 6 times that amount. The whole grain claim is real, but it's doing far less work than the box implies. But the real problem comes next. Nutrition researchers have pointed to a pattern with high-sugar cereals. They spike blood sugar quickly, followed by a crash roughly 90 minutes later. That's often the mid-morning hunger and irritability parents and teachers report in kids who eat sugary cereal for breakfast. Not a coincidence, but a predictable metabolic response to a meal that's mostly simple carbohydrate and sugar with very little protein or fiber to slow digestion. So which cereals are we talking about? Several major kid-marketed cereals carry more than 12 grams of sugar per serving, nearly half their total calories from sugar alone. Some adult cereals marketed around energy or fitness aren't much better once you check the label instead of the box art. The good news is the aisle isn't a lost cause. Look for cereals where sugar sits near the bottom of the ingredient list rather than the top 3. A useful rule of thumb: aim for cereals with fewer than 6 grams of sugar and at least 3 grams of fiber per serving. Plain shredded wheat, unsweetened bran flakes, and a handful of oat-based cereals meet that bar without sacrificing taste if you add your own fruit. This is where the midpoint of the investigation matters most, because the biggest issue isn't any single cereal, it's the labeling system that lets companies call a dessert-level product a breakfast food, simply because it contains grain and a government-approved health claim on the box. The takeaway is simple: the front of the box is marketing. The ingredient list and nutrition panel are the truth. Sugar hiding under multiple names, serving sizes that don't match real bowls, and fiber claims that sound better than they are, these are the tools that turn a candy-level product into something that looks like breakfast. Next time you're standing in that aisle, flip the box around before you decide. That 10-second habit is the difference between starting your day with real fuel or with dessert dressed up as cereal. If this investigation opened your eyes, let us know in the comments which cereal surprised you the most and subscribe for the next consumer investigation.